Today's question, why are there fairies and mermaids? Why are there legends of fairies and mermaids, of course? Maybe they're mythical creatures, so I'm not sure. But today's question comes from, let's see, Chihiro. The Chihiro, she's GPWU, Guma Prefectural Women's University student, first year, so she's a freshman. But it's a great question, especially because some of these why series, I've thought about the why and the answer, the question and the answer. Sometimes I thought only about the question. This actually, I've never thought about either. I know these legends exist. I know stories about them exist, but I've never thought, why? Why is that true? So that's by the way, why I'm a unicorn today. Maybe unicorns are also mythical creatures. Uh, this area is actually called cryptozoology, like crypto coin. Crypto means hidden or secret. Zoology means study of animals. So cryptozoologists are is means people who study about hidden or secret animals. So you can actually get a PhD in this cryptozoology. So it's kind of interesting. So how about you? Do you want to be a cryptozoologist? So let me see. So today, of course, the existence of legends surrounding fairies and mermaids can be attributed to three main issues: cultural, historical, and psychological factors. Yes, these mythical creatures, maybe they're mythical, hopefully, these mythical beings have been woven into the fabric of folklore across various societies, serving different purposes and reflecting the benefits and values of the cultures that created them. So, for example, cultural significance, number one, symbolism. Both mermaids and fairies are associated with natural elements. Fairies, of course, with forest and flowers, and mermaids, of course, with water bodies, so oceans, lakes, rivers. These associations symbolize humanity's connection to nature and the mysteries it holds. So we don't know what's in the forest, we don't know what's in the rivers or lakes. So that's why these connections, this mystery, in many cultures, it represents the beauty and the danger inherent in nature. For example, mermaids are sometimes warn people of storms or shipwrecks. They might appear in front of a sailor or pirate and tell them, "Oh, watch out, the storm is coming." Of course, there are also moral lessons. Legends often serve as cautionary tales, like most of course, the Brothers Grimm stories, like Cinderella and things like that, are all moral lessons. So fairies might embody traits such as kindness or mischief. So teaching lessons about human behavior through interactions with mortal people, humans. Similarly, mermaid stories frequently explore themes of love or loss or temptation or consequence of our actions, like learning from our actions, such as dangers by singing songs leading sailors to their doom. There used to be legends where the sailors would sing songs, and those songs would lead them to a shipwreck. They would actually become shipwrecked on a rock or something because of those songs. Next is historical context. There's of course two reasons: historical context, ancient history, of course. A legend can be traced back very long. I think the earliest mermaid legend is 1000 BC. It was the goddess, if I can pronounce this right, Atargatis. She was the goddess, actually. She was revered in religious contexts and embodiments of fertility and beauty. Over time, these deities transformed into folkloric characters, for example, like mermaids or things like that. Number two in the history context issue is culture, of course. As cultures interacted through trade and conquest and migration, people moved around, they exchanged stories and beliefs about supernatural beings. For example, there's a famous one in Japan that lives in a river. I'll let you research that, the river being in Japan. It's kind of interesting character. So this led to, of course, the blending of characteristics from different mythologies. Mermaids from one culture might adopt traits from fairy lore in another culture. So the mermaid character is similar, the drawing or the image, but then the culture becomes different. It's like how Santa Claus is similar looking but different in every culture. Of course, so that was we did cultural, historical. Now, how about the last one, psychological? It's a human imagination. Of course, the human mind has a natural tendency, of course, to create narratives, to explain the unknown. We try to know the unknown, for example. and provide comfort in times of uncertainty. So if we're uncertain about something, we want to believe it exists. That's why stories like, that's why all cryptozoology stories exist, like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster. They all exist because of that. We want to add, we want to believe that what we saw is real and put a real figure on it. So it embodies human experience, difficult to articulate for a long connection. So, for example, such as longing for connection. So, longing for connection is usually mermaids. Fear of the unknown is more fairies. The fairies control the unknown. Another psychological effect is, of course, escapism. In times when life is harsh, unpredictable, myths about magical beings provided escape from reality. So we can escape. Like when I go to the movies, I love movies because they're an escape from reality. Like the more unreal, like the action movies, the more unreal they are, the more I can escape from my reality. They have offered hope. So mermaids and fairies, they've offered hope and enchantment in everyday life. A belief is that there is more than what meets the eye. There's a deeper belief in what more. So, for example, we have a tooth fairy in America. Is a great example of that. There's more than just our teeth are disappearing and money appears. There's more to that than we believe. So that's why we invented the tooth fairy in America. Collective memory, of course, is another psychological factor. Legends can also act as repository for collective memory of communities. So communities have spoken memories, spoken stories. They preserve their shared experiences and values over generations while adapting contemporary context. So, for example, they add these things about contemporary issues to the fairy or the mermaid characters. So to help future generations, like the Tooth Fairy, for example, or like the Good Fairy, the Wicked Witch of the North, for example, the East and West in the Wizard of Oz. Of course, we add those, make those witches or fairies to help connect the story over the generations. We just add the local stuff to the fairies. So, in summary, of course, legends of fairies arise from a rich tapestry woven from their cultural significance. Remember, cultural, we said nature and moral issues. Their historical context, of course, we said ancient and cultural exchange. Their psychological effects, we said three: escapism, human imagination, and collective memory, of course. And so, through all of that, to understand our world and have a collective memory preservation. So, to help preserve these stories over time, it's easier to say, no, it's not my grandmother did it, it's a fairy did it, or a mermaid did it. So, the more you know. Well, this one was quite detailed because I had to research a lot. So, how about you? Do you believe in unicorns or fairies or mermaids or any mythical creatures like Tooth Fairy, like you mentioned today, Santa Claus? Put in the comments below what character did you believe in, like Tooth Fairies. I strongly believed in when I was a young child. How about you? Are there any mythical creatures that I didn't mention from your culture or your country? Please put those in comments and don't forget to like and subscribe to these videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. See you.